Hello, Internet! I really hope you enjoyed this little intro, both it and the one in episode recorded earlier. Were taken in the canton of Zug in Switzerland, where Ethereum was established. They have a winter festival around February, January, this time of year. And I thought it was a little goofy, but this is the Internet, so let's have some fun, right? Today's topics include SegWit, is resistance futile? I'll also be talking about Zcash on Ethereum, Dash, Parity 1.5, OpenBazaar, and more. I've been a bit sick over the last couple of days, so I apologize for the scratchiness in my voice, but hopefully it doesn't get in the way too much. With that out of the way, on to the news. So the main thing I wanted to talk about today was Bitcoin and segregated witness. What's going to happen? The blocks are getting a bit bigger now, and people are really going to have to start asking, what are we going to do? Bitcoin Unlimited seems to have increased growth, but SegWit support has stalled out when you start looking at the vote flags on the network. So it's a bit interesting. I saw a little exchange between Andreas Antonopoulos and Rick Falkvinge on Twitter, and I'll see if I can post a little image of that up there. But they had a discussion going back and forth, and I read something that was linked in there on Medium talking about, the path forward. How do we get going moving forward? And is segregated witness, too far? Does it go too far? Is it too much technical debt? And I was really kind of in that camp, but after, reading a bit more, my opinion a bit diverged, and I would say that, I've been a supporter of segregated witness as far as a malleability fix, but it can't be the only scaling solution. We need to discuss a combined scaling solution. And the thing is, as much as I would like to see a hard fork or so forth, one of the things that does make me wonder is for people who hold very old coins and old software addresses, if the network hard forks, how long will that be supported, and how long should people be expected to not touch their coins before redeeming them again? I think it's something important we need to kind of discuss as a community and figure out, where should Bitcoin lie? It can't seem to be electronic peer-to-peer cash and both a store of value. Maybe a split in the community is what it needs to, pursue those different goals. But we'll see. In other news, really big a little earlier this week was Zcash on Ethereum. The Zcash team and Ethereum team are working together. Of course, if you watch the DevCon 2 videos from Ethereum in Shanghai, Zuko was there talking about Zcash. But now the teams are working a little bit closer together at a deep technical level. There's a blog post cross-posted both on Ethereum and the Zcash blog. I'll link to that down in the description. Very interesting stuff. Please follow it. But the basic implications are being able to reuse zero cash and its setup for its blockchain on Ethereum. So you could have zero knowledge proof snarks out, ZK proof. Excuse me. You could have zero knowledge proofs implemented on Ethereum that reuse some of the parameters from the Zcash network. So bringing zero knowledge proofs to Ethereum would be a huge help in the way of privacy and so forth. So very interested to see what happens there. I also wanted to mention in other coin related news is Dash. They are on the precipice of releasing Dash Evolution, which I've been watching from afar for a long time. And I think what they do with masternodes and changing the economics of how block subsidies work, I think it's really interesting to watch the governance of that community. But they were at the North American Bitcoin Conference down in Miami this past weekend. One of the things they demoed was a water dispensing machine. You could use Dash's Instant Send, I think it's called, and you instantly pay for something kind of like a zero confirmation, but it's confirmed by some of the masternodes. And it releases water right away. People are using it, seemed pretty successful. It was a decent little hit there. I'll link to that down in the description as below. I also wanted to talk a little bit about Parity 1.5 release this week. This is the nativity release, has new improved wallet integration with identity components. They have SMS and phone verification. Seems pretty cool. Email verification. There's automatic upgrades, and they're now implementing some new proof of authority consensus algorithms. So Gavin Wood and his team really making some strides there. I'm going to do a demo of that as well, so stay tuned. I also like some of things I saw coming out of the OpenBazaar camp, they are working on a 2.0. 2.0 will feature IPFS as kind of a back-end store, and they hope to improve the interface, especially with relation to searching and indexing and finding content and vendors. Right now, they've got Milestone 1 out. It's a developer release only. IPFS is enabled, but Milestone 2 will include more user-specific functionality. And finally, I just kind of want to wrap up just touching again on the whole Bitcoin segregated witness thing. I was born out of the Bitcoin community. That's when I first got involved in the blockchain or cryptocurrency industry, and I moved on to working with Ethereum project for a long time. And I believe in the whole industry as a whole, can coexist, and there doesn't need to be kind of a this or that approach, but actually we can have both, or we can have multiple, really. And I think the future definitely holds multiple chains. As far as segregated witness, it is a transaction malleability fix and will produce some nice optimizations, but it's not really the user impacting thing that users want to see to make their experience better today. And that's what the developers need to focus on. Now that segregated witness is on our doorstep and basically is waiting for user support, perhaps this would be a good opportunity to garner that user support by offering up a 2 megabyte block size increase or something of that nature, so that their immediate problems are resolved. I don't know what's going to happen, but I would love to see more users coming together and using Bitcoin Unlimited or some other alternative software. I think if that supported segregated witness and also enabled larger blocks, we could start to come to a focus point around which we can say, yes, this is the way forward. It's going to involve segregated witness as a soft fork to preserve backwards compatibility in certain ways. But eventually we're going to need to force this upgrade and force a larger block size so that more transactions can go on the network and the network can prosper. That's really it. I hope you enjoyed this episode's news. Please let me know in the comments below if you disagreed with me or agreed with me on anything. If you had any thoughts on the production value as I try to improve my movie making skills with iMovie, please let me know below. I work very, very hard on that, and I'd like to make this slightly more production value focused vlog for the Bitcoin, blockchain, Ethereum, cryptocurrency industry. Thanks. Have a great weekend.